What's up, Breast Gang? It's your girl V, and I am back with another video. And today's video is gonna be a Q&A. It's gonna be questions I had posted the questions thing on Instagram, and in this video I'll be responding to all of you guys, questions. So before I get into the video, you already know what I'm about to say. I need you guys, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. If you're not a part of the Breast Gang, you really is lame. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're doing if you're not subscribed to my channel. I don't know. But I need you to subscribe to my channel. And I need you to hit the like button. And I need you to turn on your post notification bell so you guys can know when I drop another video like this one. So, without further ado, let's just get straight into this Q&A, okay? Alright, if y'all see me looking down, that's me looking at my paper. Well, I wrote down all of the questions because I'm using my phone to video off of. So yeah, just ignore that. So in today's video is basically gonna be, I split the questions up into two because one, I had a lot of YouTube questions, like how to start a YouTube, different questions like that. So, and then I had a lot of personal questions, like, things that, how did I overcome this, and where I'm at. So I broke it up into two. I think I'm gonna start with the personal questions first, and then I'm gonna get into the YouTube questions, because the YouTube questions I need to get into a little more detail than the personal questions. The personal questions is pretty simple, and I did a Q&A before, basically saying who I am and what's going on, but I'm doing it again. Okay, sis. All right, let's go. So boom, the first question is, what is my dream job? It's pretty obvious. My dream job is to be a full-time YouTuber. I don't want it to be my only job. I want to start my own business. I don't want to tell y'all what I want to start. Once I drop and once I get all my information and everything that I plan on doing together, then I'll reveal it to y'all. But I do want to start my own business, but my dream job is to become a YouTuber. Okay, the second question is, how old are you? I am 22. My birthday is May 12th, 1999, so I'll be 23 next year. But currently I'm 22. My dream car is a G-Wagon. I'm not really a truck type of girl, but I really drive too reckless and fast for like small cars. Like, so I really always wanted a G-Wagon. Like, I always wanted a big body, because I'm like 5'8" and I got a big body. Okay. I got a big body, so I always wanted to just be in a like spinning it on my trap music playing, turn it up. They think it's a whole dude, really and truly it's the wing. Get out the car, like, yeah, it's me. So that's basically my dream car. What are your personal goals by the end of the year? And my personal goals by the end of the year is to basically see, even if it's a little growth with like my mouth. Like, my personal goal is to be able to control myself and be able to handle situations way differently than I do. To become more of, I'm not gonna say, well, to become a better woman, like personally, like my mental state, to just have my mental state better, to have, not really like personal things, not like my lifestyle together or things like that, because I feel like that's gonna come whenever it come, like, like whenever God decides he won't bless me with it, then that's when he's gonna bless me. But as far as my goals by the end of the year, and what's something I'm trying to really work on, is a personal goal is to better my mindset and better how I handle situations. The next question is, how did you heal from what you've been through, and are you better now? Okay, so how did I heal from what I went through? Basically, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm still in the process of healing from what I went through. I can't just say that, oh, I'm just over it. But I am better now. Like, I am way better, 100 times better, 3,000 times better than what I was. And I just heal from it because you just got to put yourself in a mindset of what's not for you, it'll never be for you. And as much as you want it to be for you, you just can't waste time and you just waste a lot of time trying to invest I wasted a lot of time. Personally, I wasted a lot of time just dwelling on something and holding on to stuff. Not just this one thing, but holding on to things that was never, was never going to work out. I always knew it wasn't going to work out. Like, I always knew this was wrong. I always knew this wasn't the path that I was going down. I always knew, that it wasn't going to work. So I guess that's why it's so easy. I guess I'm not going to say easy because this still all is a process, but it's not as hard as what I went through it before. It's not really. This time, I'm not viewing it as an L. I'm viewing it as a lesson because I'm just taking what I learned and I'm just turning it into positive. Like, instead of thinking of it as like, oh, I lost this, I'm thinking of it as, oh, now I have a better opportunity to think about myself, and now I have more time to worry about me, and now I have more time to chase my dreams and, work on myself, work on my mind, work on my health issues, like work on my mental health, work on just Valerie, just work on loving me, like work on everything about Valerie, and I don't have to worry about like anything else or how this person feel or just basically just living for other people. Like, I don't have to worry about things like that. So that's why I'm just like more in a better space. But also, I can not say this, but God, like, if you're going through anything, like, prayer really works. Prayer works. It doesn't work overnight, but you really have to believe in what you're saying. Like, you really have to give it to God. Like, you really have to just have faith in, like, I'm gonna get through this. Like, I'm gonna feel better. Like, I'm gonna, such and such. Like, you really have to tell yourself that. And when you tell yourself that and you have God on your side, it's just like amazing. Like, how he really would take that hurt, he really would take that pain, and he will, you have to ask him for wisdom and ask him for knowledge, because without those things, like, you can't understand what he have at work or what he doing, because you don't have no wisdom, like, you don't have no understanding of anything. So just ask him for those things, ask him to help you. Don't question him, just ask him to, like, this gotta be, something to help me get to this. And that's just basically how I'm looking at it. Okay. Would you have a boyfriend and a girlfriend? No. I don't do the girlfriend thing. I don't do the girlfriend thing at all. I don't think I would ever have a girlfriend. I have nothing against people who, want girlfriends and things like that, but I am strictly the type of bitch. Okay. Next question. Do you think you will ever get back cool with old friends? No. And the reason why I say no is because, just like a bad relationship, all of my old friendships, well, I have friends that I fell off with and I became back cool with, but the ones that are, like, I know the ones that I would never get back cool with. I know the ones that, because in that relationship, it was just like, you knew that wasn't gonna work out, or you didn't like, when you don't like a lot of things about a person and you don't have to deal with that person, you shouldn't deal with that person just because you want a friend, or whatever the case is. Like, whatever you're telling yourself, you shouldn't deal with it just because you want somebody's, to call your friend. Like, I'm so much better, like, alone by myself. Like, I don't have friends. I have associates, I have people that I can talk to and this and that, but I've been in such a better place without any of that drama, because I am once again able to work on Valerie. Like, I'm able to go out and go deal with and take care of everything for Valerie. Okay, so that's it for the personal questions that you guys asked me. And because I don't want this video to be very long, so I'm just gonna leave that at that, and I'm gonna just jump into the YouTube questions that you guys asked me. All right, so the first YouTube question is, I just started my YouTube. Any advice, and would you like to collab? Okay, so you just started your YouTube. My advice for starting, like people who just starting their YouTube, is to, one, which you're gonna hear a lot if you watch a lot of these videos, is you need to be consistent. Like, that is the biggest thing. Like, as you guys know, that I slacked off for a whole year, but ever since I came back, ever since I started to make videos, I have seen a huge difference. In it may be a small difference, it may be slowly and gradually, but I still can see consistency really works. Like, it really helps your YouTube grow. And the second thing I will give you advice on is, basically, when you start on YouTube, don't just think about the money for it. Like, if you think about the money for it, like, you'll never have an idea, you'll never be creative, you'll never, because you're so worried about money. Like, you have to do it because you actually like it, because this is really a job. Like, this is really a 9-to-5 job. Like, sitting, getting up here, recording and editing and posting, and making sure this, like, it's a lot of YouTube guidelines that you have to follow. So you got to make sure this on point and this on point. You don't want janky quality. Like, we have technical difficulties. Like, it's a lot of stuff that behind the scenes of YouTube is really a job. Like, it is really stressful, and you just really have to be mentally and physically all into it. Like, you can't, this just something, unless it's like a hobby. Like, unless you want to do it as a hobby. But if you're really trying to, like, take it serious, it's like, it's a real job. Like, it is. And I'm not saying that you can't have other jobs, but this is just a real job. So the next question is, they asked me would I like to collab. And I don't say this to be offensive to anyone, or I think I'm better than Bob. No, that's not it. Me personally, I don't ever see myself doing collabs unless it's with, like, somebody who I know, or like a friend or a sister or things like that, just because that's not like what I like. My YouTube, that's not what I want on my YouTube. Like, that's not my niche, that's not my, that's not my thing to collab with other YouTubers. I support other YouTubers. Like, I always give you guys a shout out, or if you need some tips and you need some help, you could just always DM me and I could always give that to you. But as far as me collabing with other people, I don't think, well, as of right now, I don't think that I'll be doing it right now. I just really want to focus on my own YouTube and, like, just, focus on my own growth. And then maybe in the future, I'll, do collab. What are your YouTube goals by the end of the year? By the end of the year, I want to be monetized. I want to have reached my 1,000 subscribers and my 4,000 watch hours. Currently, I am at, like, 919 subscribers. And I am at 2,722 watch hours. So I basically have, like, 81 subscribers I need left, and I have, like, 1,200 watch hours I need left. And so I just feel like I could do that before the end of the year. What made you start a YouTube? What made me start a YouTube is watching Diarra and Ken. Oh my gosh, I love Diarra and Ken so much. Like, if she ever was to watch one of our videos, I would be so happy. Like, I'm such a Diarra and Ken fan. Like, more of like a Diarra fan, not knocking, Diarra and Ken, but I just love Diarra. Like, I love her fashion sense. I love, like, how she's so, just funny in herself on camera. Like, how you watch those YouTube couples and you just be feeling like it's planned. Like, you could just tell, like, how genuine, and that's just how I want to come off. Like, that just made me want to do YouTube so bad. And I love doing hair, I love doing makeup, I love talking, I love helping people. And I just feel like YouTube will be the best way. Like, if y'all request something, that's what I like to do. Like, I want to do stuff that y'all request that don't go against my morals, or if it's ever helping somebody, or making somebody laugh or something like that. I just want to build my own little group of fans and family, and it just seemed, the idea of it just seemed nice. So that's what made me start a YouTube. When did you start to take YouTube serious? I started to take YouTube serious recently. I've been taking it serious, But like I always wanted to like be serious about YouTube, but like I said before, YouTube is a full-time job. It is time consuming. Like you have to put your all into it. And so before I was kind of like distracted. I was with friends, I was in a relationship, like, and all that takes your attention because you have to worry about other people and what they're doing. I guess that's why I'm just so happy to not have that or have a break from all of that. Like eventually I want to, you know, have my own group of friends and be in a relationship, but I'm just so happy like right now that God did that for me, because like I feel like that was the only way that I would be able to achieve my goals, and he knew that. So it's just like God working in mysterious ways, and I just know for a fact that he did this so I can achieve this, so I could become what I need to become, and that's on period. I just started to really make YouTube serious like August. Like I just started to put out my videos back to back. I just started to do story times. Like once I started to go through it, once I got to my lowest, when I was dealing with anxiety and depression, when I was dealing, I'm like, no way, like I'm not going out like this. Like no, like it's no way I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna tell my story and I'm gonna, you know, face it, and I'm just gonna just deal with it. And it's like when y'all see me make those videos, I was going through it. Like this is recent. Like this is stuff that's back to back to back. Like this is not stuff that happened years ago. Like my relationship, my toxic relationship, I just got out of this toxic relationship. Like when I was had depression and anxiety problems and suicidal thoughts, I just got out the hospital. Like this is not something that I waited years to tell. Like this is stuff that I am going through now, because I want to create like a YouTube family, and I want all y'all to come on here with me, because like come on this journey with me. Because one thing that I love is I love to go, like if I see your page, your YouTube page, I love to watch. Like I fall in love with their come up. Like I don't fall in love like what they have at that moment, but I fall in love in the process that they went through. Like, you know, they went from here to here to here. Like you see my background now, like you see my background in previous videos. So it's just like once I get to where I'm going and y'all just see like the amount of blessings that God has start giving me, like y'all all could just like basically be a part of that with me. Like so it's just like I really just started to take it serious once I just got to my lowest point. Once I was like really broken down, I was in the house crying. I'm talking about crying and crying and crying. I just stopped crying. Like recently I just stopped crying. I cried every day, like cried every day, stayed in the bed, didn't want to get up out of the bed. And then I just told myself like no, you don't have nobody. But I really love my YouTube family. Like y'all are the best. Like my Instagram fans, my YouTube fans, like y'all are the absolute best. Like y'all are my supporters, y'all are my friends, y'all are my loved ones. Like y'all are my everything. And it's just like really a good feeling to have that. So that's why I started, and that's why I started to take it serious. Okay, and the next question is, I just started a YouTube and a lot of my family don't support me how I want them to. How do I get them to support me? One, some people have supportive families, and if you do have a supportive family, then you are truly blessed, you are truly lucky. But 9 times out of 10, when you're dealing with YouTube or when you're dealing with any type of thing, if you're dealing with music, family is probably like the last people. Family, and not, I'm not gonna say friends, because if you have good friends, they'll really support you. But like family is really probably the last people that's gonna support you. That's the last people that's gonna watch your video. The last people that's gonna. And I have support from some of my family, but it's like my fans is not my family members. Like it's not people who I have a relationship with. Like it is people who don't know me, but I'm so, you know, I come off as like basically the same person to them, because I say some stuff that they really been through, or I, you know, make them laugh or whatever the case is. But I just feel like nothing that you do is gonna make them want to until you succeed. And then once you do that, you're not even gonna want to deal with them. Like you're just gonna be like, okay, like, and then everybody want to get mad. But truly, like, your friends and your family members, personally to me, I feel like it's always the last to support. Now my mom is my #1 fan. I have support from my family members, but not as much support as I have this one girl on Instagram who doesn't know me from Adam, and she literally posts everything. She comments on me. Like, I've been knowing this girl for years, but just because she's a fan, like, I know she's like a fan. Like, and once I get to where I'm going, like, I really want to do something special for that person, because she literally has been a fan of mine since before. Like, she's been begging me to do this with YouTube, like, since my first video. She's been there, and it's just like that type of support you get from strangers. You're not getting it from your mama, your daddy, your sister, your siblings. Like, if your family don't, girl, that should amp you up to want to go harder, because you're gonna show all them, nah, y'all ain't want to help me, y'all ain't want to support me. So guess what, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. And the last question is basically how to start and grow your YouTube channel. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done with it. I just playing. But how to start your YouTube channel is you have to start. You cannot worry about what you don't have. When I first started my YouTube, I had my phone. I didn't have a ring light, I didn't have a tripod, and I still have my phone. Now I have my sister's ring light, and eventually she's gonna want to take that back. But I didn't have a camera. I still don't have a camera. I still don't have a laptop to edit my stuff on. Like, I still don't have those things. I'm still don't have a lot of things. But you still have to just post a video. Like, you have to make yourself get up, and you have to record, and you have to edit, and you just have to be on it. Because if you don't, then like you just gonna be sitting there. Like, you could do a lot of research, which I did. I like, for a long time I was on YouTube. How do you start a YouTube? How do you start and grow your YouTube? And I watched it, and it's good to do your research. Like, it's good to like research stuff, but you just have to get up and do it. And as far as growing your YouTube, being consistent. Like, being consistent and being yourself. Don't come up there trying to insult other people. Don't come on here like trying to like if it's not you, don't do it, because them people gonna know. Like, then they're gonna eat you alive. Like, fans and like people on the internet are really hurtful. Like, they don't care. And in this business, like, fans could make you or break you. Like, and you have to be mentally ready to not, you can't just be going to fuss with everybody, and you really just have to know what you want and go for it. And maybe that's just that. And I'm gonna do this one question, because I see a lot of y'all keep asking me how to do intros and how to do a video. Like, literally, like, y'all want me to do videos on that. And I was thinking about doing a video on that, but that is really not what I want to do on YouTube. Like, that's like, if you want to see all those things, like, they have hundreds of videos on YouTube of how to create your thumbnail, how to start, you know, how do you make your YouTube cover page, how to you know, like, how to edit your videos. Like, I edit on my phone. I edit on iMovie, and iMovie is free. Like, it's like, it's cost $0 to start a YouTube. Like, you just have to work with what you have, and you just have to like do it. Watch a video on it. Like, how do you do this? Or watch a video to see like the beginning, middle, end of your video. Do the video, and then once you go to editing, you put on the video. How do you edit your video? And then you go step by step with them and edit your video. And that's how I learned how to do everything. How to make an intro. Get on the intro. Go search up how to make an intro, and a bunch of videos is gonna come up. You click on one, and they're going to tell you step by step of what you need, and you just do it with them. Like, even if you just practicing on just a regular picture, like, you know, just practice. Like, it don't have to be, you know, everything, but just practice. And that's just how. And once you start editing like your intros and your pictures and your thumbnails using iMovie, like, editing your videos is gonna be real easier, because everything just gonna, you know, basically like fall into place. So that is the end of this Q&A, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, give me a big thumbs up down below. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. I need y'all to leave comments or any more. If y'all have any more questions on anything I said, please leave them down below. If you have any video requests, please leave them down below. And after you do that, if you haven't already, I need you guys to subscribe to my channel. Help my goals, help me achieve my goals, because without y'all I can't do it. I need to reach 1,000 subscribers. So go subscribe, share, repost, all that good stuff. Tell a friend, bring a friend. Okay, so without further ado, that's the end of this video. Why did I say without further ado? It's really like a habit, like doing the intro and outro, like it's just real rehearsed, and I hate that. So but that's the end of this video. Y'all comment down below what video y'all want me to do next, and I'm out. Brass gang is the best gang. If you ain't, then you lame.